Okay, we're going to look now at part B on your worksheet and fill it out. So, a wizard has a store in Diagon Alley that sells gillyweed. Most wizards want to buy the 5-hour variety of gillyweed to always make sure they have enough time before the spell wears off. Plus, the shopkeeper can make a lot more money from this variety. He wants to only grow and sell the 5-hour variety. He needs to pick the 2 parent plants to start his breeding program. He has access to all pure plants, meaning no mixed alleles, big T, little t. Create a Punnett Square for each mom and dad plant pair and see which genotype the offspring will be. Okay, so now what we have to do is, remember, when we do our Punnett Square, we have to put the mom alleles on top and the dad alleles on the side, or the dad alleles on top and the mom on the side. It doesn't matter which way. So the first thing we have to do is figure out our genotypes for the mom and the dad. Now, the first Punnett Square says we have to have 1 1-hour variety plant and 1 5-hour variety plant for the parent. Look at the instructions. He has access to all pure plants, so he does not have any plants that have mixed alleles, capital T, little t. When we go back and look at our slide, we can see here that 5-hour will only have a genotype of little t. So now we already know what the 5-hour parent is. We know its genotype. 1-hour can have 2 possible genotypes, either capital T or capital T little t. Which do we choose? Again, it's easy. Don't confuse yourself. We're only going to choose capital T because he has access to all pure plants, no mixed alleles. So let's write our parents. So we have 1 parent with capital T. We have 1 parent with little t. Okay, stop the video here and complete your Punnett Square. Then start it up again to make sure you did it correctly. All right, let's fill out your Punnett Square. So we're going to drop down a big T, a little t. We're going to drop down a big T, bring this little t across. We're going to drop down this big T and bring this little t across. And we're going to drop down this big T and bring this little t across. Okay, so now in the boxes is our F1 generation from pure dominant and pure recessive plants. Remember, dominant is the 1-hour and recessive is the 5-hour. So what is the phenotype of all of these offspring? Remember, that's what we're seeing. What trait are we seeing in all of these offspring? Are we seeing 1-hour or are we seeing 5-hour? Well, there's a dominant gene available in each of these genotypes. That means the phenotype for this one has to be the dominant phenotype. It's going to be the 1-hour. Okay. Now the next one, 2 5-hour varieties. Again, we know he's only using pure alleles, so it has to only be lowercase or uppercase. 5-hour is recessive. We know that that's lowercase. And when they're the same, it's really easy to fill in the Punnett Square. It's just, we don't have anything to mix. It's just straight up little t in every single square. Boom. What is the phenotype of all of these F1 generations? Are they all 5 hours, which is the recessive, or are they all the 1 hours, which is the dominant? Well, obviously we have lowercase alleles. That means a recessive trait. So all of these guys are going to be 5 hours. Okay, 5 hour. All right, now we're going to combine 2 1-hour varieties. Again, we're only using the pure. The 1-hour variety is the dominant. It does have possible genotypes of capital T or capital T, little t, but remember, no mixed alleles. So 2 1-hours would be capital T for a mom and capital T for a dad. And just like over here, if we have all the same, guess what's going to be in the box? All the same. And there we go. Now, what are the phenotypes for all of these F1 generation? Well, they're all dominant alleles, so they're all going to show the dominant variety, which is the 1 hour. Okay?